Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're making a vacation home for Ike. He wanted a retro ice cream shop, and as soon as I saw his prompt, I thought, shave ice, especially because one of the things that he wants is a shave ice maker. Now this would have been the perfect opportunity for Nintendo to have actual shave ice that you could like hold and consume, similar to the shave ice that we have in Pocket Camp, though that is a premium item. I think that you have to use like leaf tokens for nowadays. Prior to that, I think it was leaf tickets. I think there are some available in fortune cookies. You can't eat them because in Pocket Camp you can't consume the things, you can only like hold them, but I think it would be cool if we had a thing of shave ice we could walk around with. So I may do, you'll see at the very end, with the ice cream cones, like the little handheld soft serve ones, because those are in like a flat bottom cone, and those are really realistically the only ones that can stand up on their own. The other ones are in like a sugar cone that's like a cylindrical, you know, like you can hold it but it won't stand up unless you put it in like a thing. I've seen like ice cream nowadays in cones sometimes, and they're in like a silver thing that's holding it up. It's like the thing that you get when you order tacos occasionally at restaurants, how it comes in like a thing, like a holder. I'm getting so off track. So Ike is my birthday twin. I talked about this in the video where I ranked every bear in New Horizons. Originally, I wasn't a huge fan of his. He reminded me of the military because of his camouflage. I can't remember what the inside of his house looks like off the top of my head. I've seen it on Wikipedia, but I've never like had him on my island before. He just showed up at Paradise Planning and I decided to do his prompt. It is officially summer when I am recording this. Yesterday was the first day of summer and the summer solstice. I am quite honestly roasting. Not right now, but earlier today I was outside for a good portion of the afternoon. It was very hot out. It was a clear day. It was sunny. I did wear sun protection, but I was just hot. And then I came back inside and it was very nice and blissful because like even just having the ceiling fan on without the air conditioner, it still felt nice because the house was closed up, like the inside, so it wasn't super hot in there. Like it was closed to the porch, which was, you know, warmer, but because of everything being closed up and having the fan and everything, to me it felt a lot cooler than it was outside. Plus it's been hotter out. Like it was hotter today and yesterday than it's been, subjectively speaking, I guess, because like recently it's been in the 70s and 60s for highs Fahrenheit, obviously, and that is very relatively cool compared to how it usually is this time of year. I'm in the Northeast. I'm in like Maine, and I'm kind of near the coast in Maine, so it usually is, I think, in like the 70s or 80s this time of year, but with climate change, it's just like been a weird year. It's been raining pretty much every weekend too. It's awful. By the time this video comes out, I will have been to Dallas and come back, and I was looking at the weather for Dallas because I have to pack soon. I'm recording this about like a week and a half before I leave, but I have to pack, and it's gonna be in like the 90s there and probably 100% humidity. I didn't look at the humidity, but it's gonna be in the 90s. And the last time I was in Texas during the summer was like about 10 years ago, and I didn't go outside the hotel a whole lot. I was there for a conference. I'm going for the same reason this time, except we're at a different hotel, thank God, because the other one that we were at, I hated it, and a lot of other people too. So for context, this conference, I've talked about it in the past. It's for the American Council of the Blind. I am low vision. If you guys are new here, hi, hello. The hotel that they had it at in 2015, there were like a million different elevator banks. Okay, there were probably like 5 at least different elevator banks that all went to different floors of the hotel, like, you know, the sleeping floors, and it was really quite awful. So I can see pretty much for the most part, like I can pass myself off as sighted, but at the time I had a guide dog, and partway through the convention we had to move to a different room. There were some issues that happened causing us to have to move to a different room, and because the different room that we were moving to was on a higher floor, it meant that we needed to go to a different elevator, and my poor dog, who had been acclimated to going to the specific elevator bank to go up to our room prior to that, had to be like, you know, retrained to go to the next one. If you guys are unaware of how guide dogs work, you have to give them directions. Most of the time they will not just like go. Sometimes they will. When Fawn was working, she was great about like reading me without me telling her something, which I don't know how that happens because she's a dog. But I know that there were times where she would take me to like a Starbucks, again, like 10 years ago when I was working with her, without me giving her the direction to. And I did want to go to a Starbucks. Sometimes I would just say like find Starbucks because I did teach her how to find it and how to find like specific other places. When she was working, I was in college still. So I would teach her like where my classes were and name them different things. So I would tell her like find whatever class it was and she would find it when we were getting closer to it. Not like when we were entering the building where the class was or whatever, but when we were getting closer, like when we were in the same hallway or something. Anyway, she's retired and she's enjoying the pet life. She's 12. She's a little old lady and I love her. She's a lab. She's a yellow lab. If you guys want to see pictures of her, check out my social media. It's all linked in the description. I post a lot of pictures of her. I haven't done so recently because like there hasn't really been a whole lot going on, but she's great. So I'm not a person to buy like random frivolous things, okay? But Build-A-Bear has a lobster this summer. It's online only and I got the lobster. Again, if you want to see photos of the lobster, I posted it on my Blue Sky and my Twitter, which I really never use, but I love this thing. I was a little hesitant because it was online only. I wanted to like feel it. Like I wanted to see what it felt like because the only other Build-A-Bear that I have is the Animal Crossing Isabelle collaboration one where she's wearing like her summer outfit. And that one isn't as soft and fuzzy. I think it's just mainly the material that they use for their like fur. It's not like a fuzzy fur. It's kind of like almost like a micro material. I don't know how to describe it. I did have a bunny. The first ever Build-A-Bear that I ever made was when I was like 8 years old. My aunt took me for my birthday and I got like a rabbit. And then when I was in college, my roommate and my friends, we all went to Build-A-Bear. I think like just on a whim. I think we had a friend that was working there at the time too. So I got a cat. But anyway, here we are. I have the lobster. This lobster is so soft and fuzzy. Probably one of the best decisions that I've made recently with a purchase. Sounds ridiculous, I know. I got like a little t-shirt for her. Her name is Leonie, L-E with an accent, O-N-I-E. And she has like a little Red Sox cap that I put on her that I got, which doesn't fit her properly because the lobster head is like big compared to like the bear head and the cap is not as malleable, but I still love it anyway. And a t-shirt that says here to spill the tea, but like there's a sketch or a little drawing of a colonial ship like would have at the Boston Tea Party. And the little ship has the Build-A-Bear logo on it. So like here to spill the tea, like spilling the tea into the Boston Harbor. I am from Massachusetts. This lobster has being from New England as one of its main personality points. It was a whole discussion that we had in a Discord server that I'm in the other night because like the little handheld accessory that it came with is a lemonade and one of my friends was like, wait, is that Adele's lemonade that she's holding? And I was like, yeah, why not? I've never had Adele's lemonade, but it sounds like a lemonade slushie and I would love one. Anyway, back to this whole build with the ice cream shop. So when I was in Hawaii, for context, my boyfriend grew up in Hawaii. His parents still live there. We went back to visit them. I've only been once. He has gone a couple times since and I have not been able to go because of just things that have come up. But the one time that I went, we went to the North Shore because his parents live on Oahu. So we went to the North Shore and we did like a whole day. Like we got Holy Chicken. We went to the beach. I think that there was like riptide warnings or something or rip current warnings. So they had like the red flag warning. So we didn't like go into the water. Like I put my feet in. That was kind of a bummer. I would have liked to have gone swimming, but I also like didn't go that day, like explicitly planning on swimming. Like I didn't go prepared to go into the ocean. I just like put my feet in. We were gonna do shrimp at like the shrimp food trucks, but they weren't open that day. This was also when COVID was still really bad. But we went to Masimoto Shave Ice and I really had the plan to model this ice cream thing for Ike off of that. I think it fell through, but from what I remember, it was like very near the beach and the shave ice that I had was delicious. Did you guys know that shave ice in Hawaii is not the same as what you typically think of as shave ice, like a snow cone? It is like the ice ice, and then there's ice cream, as well as aduki beans, I think, like the red beans, and there's like the syrup, like the flavored syrup that they pour over it. I can't remember what I got. I want to say that like one side of mine was lychee. I got like 2 different flavors. I can't remember. I think my boyfriend got 2 and I got 3. Either way, it was really good, and now I really want shave ice, but like you can't find authentic shave ice anywhere here. The last time I had shave ice was from like a food truck, but it was more like a slush. It was still really good, and I really liked it, but it wasn't like actual shave ice. And this is my petition for them to include shave ice in the next Animal Crossing game as a thing that we can hold and potentially eat. But anyway, we're done. I'm very happy with it. As usual, we got 40,000 Poke for our work. I probably could have done more with the outside, but I am thrilled with the inside. This really got me back into the groove of Happy Home Paradise with making the little apartment and everything. I'm thrilled. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave any comments, feedback, and suggestions down below, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.